SR-71 Blackbird. Packing and such. Landing gear. Get the landing gear, grab it. Landing gear, those fit on the underside. On the port and starboard and forward. I think I'll keep the wheels off. Keep it so it looks like it's in flight. I think that's yeah, like the there, the hatch opening, and the other landing gear down here in the middle. Yeah, wow, it's not bad detailed. Not bad detailed replica sort of thing. Yeah, it was not expensive. It was pretty cheap. So I was looking for others, you know, several model kits that you've got to build and that. They're a lot larger, a little bit more detail and such. Probably won't all that detail, much detail, because, you know, this thing was top secret, you know. Titanium and special painted plastic, whatever paint they used or whatever, you know. It's alien technology, really, we know that. Yeah, I think this is a very unique looking aircraft. Not really into things that are designed for blowing people to kingdom come, whereas this one was only a reconnaissance plane to take pictures because it was unarmed, but the fastest plane, and 50 of them also built. And you know, whether the Air Force want to use it or NASA or CIA. Did I say that too loud? It's all knowledge now. It's all you know, mostly, you know, except us some operations. And really, do we care? No, I don't care. You know, I mean, it's such a cool looking, unique aircraft. We can focus on that. Yeah, such a cool looking aircraft. And retired in the I think was retired in the early 1990s, since it was introduced in the 1960s to replace the other airplane that supposedly, well, got shot down, the U-2 space biplane. And then the Russians, you know, probably all over the bloody thing. How's this thing work, you know? But they try to build, you know, there's lots of videos already showing about how this, you know, the SR-71, how the Russians try to build MiGs and that because they wanted to blast this thing out the blooming sky. But never had the opportunity. And its cruising altitude is, well, gosh, I think it's above 90,000. Ridiculous, bloody ridiculous height where the air is so thin and damn cold you need a pressure suit. And forward. I like the windows on this. You know, you can just see the window inside the windows. You see inside the windows there. You got you know, all the back part of the plane is where all the, you know, because the driver's at the front, and then, you know, what mission or whatever is, you know, and where they put the cameras on there, well, they'll be on the underside somewhere on the cameras, you know, because they're using cameras today that, you know, even a digital camera like that there could take pretty remarkable zoom on the, you know, even on pictures of the moon, you know. And of course, there's a favourite movie of mine, Final Approach on Laserdisc, which has the SR-71 and first all digital sound film, CDS, Cinema Digital Sound. This film's, you know, pretty cool with the use of the stock footage of the SR-71 and how the editing, sound mixing, balance, and all that get put into the movie. Pretty cool. It's an average kind of mix for the film, but you know, if they use dialogue, a lot of dialogue panning, but they use kind of effects panning sometimes where you hear radio control sounds and they're panning around. And the engines at the back, those were what really gave it its speed. And of course, when it goes extremely fast, because they're fueling this thing and it's leaking fuel on the underside, it's just leaking fuel. I thought anyone want to go in a plane that's leaking fuel and then you start up the engines. Usually that's a bad thing, isn't it? But once it starts getting moving, all the seams on it, they seal up and they tighten the fuel and then it doesn't leak anymore. Very, 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 very unusual aircraft. And of course, you know, when the afterburners fire, they have this very unique diamond fume coming from the, you know, it sounded good on that movie, the Final Approach from the afterburners fire. Yeah, it's got some low end. That's got some low end. And these things, every time they show up at air shows, are like, you know, with a perimeter fence around it, so you can't get very near to it. You can see it, but you can't touch it. Look, but don't touch. Yeah. Very unique aircraft. It'll look good. I don't know where to mount it. Somewhere where my cat Bear, because he's already been looking at it, scoping it out, and then next thing I know, he's going to pull it off, break it. It's okay. It was cheap, so it's not a big deal. But I like the detail. I like the way they put the detail in it, the colouring, and I like the detail on it for this size scale. I think it was less than £30. Well worth it if you want to kind of like, you know, a little SR-71 Blackbird stealth reconnaissance.